Oh, hello. I've been waiting for you. I've got a lot of tea here, and I'd like to share it with someone. If you like tea, you're gonna really like this one. There's a little politics mixed in, but I think you can handle it. Now, have a seat, and let's get started. Shall we? December 2025, YouTuber Nick Shirley went so viral that mainstream news covered it too.
Then why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law enforcement has been investigating fraud in Minnesota for several years.
We're sick of seeing tax dollars go towards fraud.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids.
Nick Shirley gave you the main story, but your sassy puppet is here for tea time. Say hello to filthy rich Fardosa Sheik Ali.
I have nothing to do with them.
Oh yes you do, Fardosa. Yes you do. She's the reason the few kids who actually enter the Learing Center have to enter through the dirty parking lot now. She hijacked the front for her vanity kitchen to play top chef, forcing them into a slippery step-down hazard. Millions in subsidies, yet grown men just stand around instead of finishing a shoveling job from weeks ago. Clearly, the only thing they're clearing is the checks. They half-assed it, gave up, no salt, just ice. Kids are forced down a dangerous big slippery step now, with no handrail. How is this all up to code anyway? Small, honest businesses are being fined and ticketed over nonsense, but what, nothing is wrong here? It's not about children, is it? It's about their needs, their desires. That's right. We're gonna get into everything. We're spilling all the tea from the petty drama to the major moments, all of it. But first, check this out. This clip is from a few years ago, and it shows what Quality Learning Center looked like as it was transitioning into Albi Kitchen. The news was also covering fraud involving millions of dollars being funneled in back then, along with numerous concerning violations.
I started by visiting Quality Learning Center Daycare.
So it is that 14B.
Which sits right in the heart of downtown Minneapolis. Between 2019 and 2023, the Minnesota Department of Human Services found 95 violations at this location. They range from failure to keep hazardous items away from children to no records for 16 children, which include things like immunizations, emergency contacts, and medical needs. So state investigators placed Quality Learning Center on a conditional license in 2022. I went to the daycare's location several times, and only once did I see people there.
Oh, that's your daycare.
But I did not see any children.
So there are 80 kids in there?
No.
After school? Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you.
DHS declined an interview, but in a statement acknowledged Quality Learning Center was put on a conditional license because of its poor safety record. But it still received nearly $8 million in taxpayers' money since 2019. Its conditional status removed in 2024.
Nick Shirley never even covered Albi Kitchen, but watch how Fardosa's behavior swings from aggression to victim. 1 minute she's aggressively going after Nick Shirley,
It's a workplace and it's a crime.
and the next minute she's playing the victim card.
The reason we came this cold state to be safe.
Lies, lies, lies. She was safe in Somalia. For her family, life was not bad in Somalia. That's her sister in a music video. They're not scared of Somalia. They travel back and forth frequently. In fact, one of the 6 sisters moved back to Somalia after 22 years of living in America. And her mom still lives there too, right next door. Fardosa was just greedy. She came to America for a superior high-trust society. And look at the taxpayer-funded profit payoff. For example, this is her luxury home. These photos are from the public real estate listing, taken before she moved in. It's all 100% public information, and here in America we have something called freedom of speech. Another reason why I'm allowed to show this information, and it's totally legal, is because it's the official business address for one of her businesses, which just happens to be a daycare. What a coincidence. Also, she can't resist the spotlight. She seems to thrive on it. She's clearly made herself a public figure with various visible ties to certain politicians. Politicians who love waving certain flags and not other flags. Don't you love when immigrants come to America and immediately dive into politics and start trying to control it and change it? If you thought American politics was dirty, you should take a look at Somalia. Some people don't like the spotlight. They'd much rather stay cozy in the shadows and force an innocent little puppet to do their dirty work. I'm not pointing any fingers, partly because I'm a professional puppet, but mostly because my controller is apparently too lazy to move my arm. But for Delsa, she loves the spotlight. Allah has blessed her with multiple properties. Not only do they own this luxury home, but they also own this other property. Both are tied to a staggering number of businesses and other entities as registered business addresses. Entities that scream shell companies designed to harvest government funding and tax-free benefits to subsidize a luxury lifestyle.
I am victim here. You are mean to me. We should make it illegal to expose people like me.
She even takes advantage of Somali people, her own community. She posted this GoFundMe just 2 years after purchasing that luxury home. The home has over 6,000 square feet. Wait a minute, 6,000 square feet? That's like 6 homes in one. But what do I know? I'm just a puppet. I live in a shoebox. So let's take a closer look at it. Get out of here, Fardowsa. Stop dousing honest taxpayers with your farts. 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 3-car garage, nearly an acre of land nestled next to a golf course. Her sister, Farah Aidid, shows off the beautiful view of the golf course here. Look at that nice white-haired old man playing golf. You don't have to worry about him coming into your home in the middle of the night and harming you. Statistically speaking, and statistics do matter. Open views, no neighbors towering over you or closing you in, no floodlights in your windows, no one peering over your fence, just privacy, serenity, all in a beautiful, safe suburban neighborhood, far from the urban hellscape, the BLM protests, the burning, the beating, looting, and shooting. It's basically the nicest piece of property in the whole neighborhood. It was owned by an American man who was obsessed with the Vikings football team. The NFL official website even honored him. He and his wife were in their 60s when, after a lifetime of hard work and paying taxes, they finally claimed their piece of the world. They transformed a foreclosed, outdated diamond in the rough into a jewel of the neighborhood. And then these shady people purchased it. Fardowsa Sheik Ali and this man, Abdi Dek Imanki, purchased this Eden Prairie luxury home together in April 2021 at the height of COVID, when everyone was struggling. We'll get into their criminal associations in just a minute, but first look at this video from Fardowsa's sister Farah. It's a felony against the house. They slathered on this crazy blue and white paint on perfectly fine, beautiful, natural wood. Ew, how tacky can you get? The lighting is awful too. Oversized, clunky, rectangular tubes. Cold, wannabe luxury glam that just reads as severe and cheap. Yeah, I went there because I like all kinds of tea. And let's be honest, we need to keep things lighthearted wherever we can. This stuff can be depressing and blood-boiling. And anyway, I'm a female puppet, not much of a hunter, more of a gatherer. And darling, the harvest is full. Ruining a perfectly beautiful house is one thing, but importing and selling illegal drugs is way worse. Especially as an immigrant, you should be on your best behavior. JFC. I mean, how does this not equal immediate deportation? This guy is a serial drug trafficker. He imported addictive illegal drugs from Africa. Not just a little bit, it was massive amounts to sell for profit. He got caught in 2007 with over 100 pounds of cat worth $60,000 on the street. And he got caught again 7 years later in 2014 for an $8,000 shipment. That's right, he and Fordosa, not only do they own this luxury home, they own Hooyo Childcare Center, meaning a career drug dealer owns a daycare. That's right, it says it right there, he owns the Hooyo Childcare Center. They also got hundreds of thousands of dollars in government loans that were forgiven. They didn't have to pay, and they got them before the purchase and after the purchase of this luxury property.
Girl, her people don't carry the weight of slavery like my people do. My ancestors' blood is in this soil, and I ain't got no private pool, never. And my throat is so natural and ready to get splashed now. Sure, I might have caught a 5-finger discount back in the day, but my conscience is clean. I was out here surviving. I needed my cappuccino. I ain't been robbing millions from kids, though.
How is it that the elite from third world countries who skip every other nation to claim asylum here are handed the keys to the kingdom and set up with businesses at the taxpayers' expense, while those who have paid into the system for generations of honest work won't ever see such luxury?
Must be nice cozying up to the big dogs while we on the streets. The Sheik Ali family had it made back home and got it even better here, still pulling strings with politicians and living lavish. Funny how you play victim when you've been untouchable since day one. Some real pieces of work.
You'd think a luxury estate would be enough to keep anyone satisfied, right? Wrong. Fordosa just can't help herself. She's a serial subsidy seeker who always finds a new way to keep her hand in the jar.
I have nothing to do with them.
I present to you Exhibit A. This report explicitly states that Albi Kitchen operates under the umbrella of institutional food service. And guess who for? The Quality Learning Center.
I have nothing to do with them.
That alone is a smoking gun that proves it, but our teacups in this video are going to runneth over with evidence. We're going to spill so much tea here, we're going to dump the whole teapot. But first, let's go through the history really quick.
By the end of this week, it'll be fixed.
The street is also misspelled. Do you notice that?
Huh?
The street is also misspelled, isn't it?
Well, both of those will be fixed by the end of the week.
This isn't just one daycare receiving large amounts of taxpayer funding, and yet they couldn't even spell their own name right or even their own address correctly. There are hundreds of places like this, and it's been going on for years.
How significant is this problem?
Massive.
Steve Halicki spent 15 years as a welfare fraud investigator for Hennepin County.
They don't want a fraud unit to do anything. They want a fraud unit on paper.
Halicki was fired in 2013 while in the midst of a big investigation. The county claims he was an insubordinate bully whose tactics were hampering efforts to catch welfare cheats.
They don't want to point fingers at various organizations and people.
Steve Halicki in the house!
Real one.
Real one alert. Steve Halicki, whistleblower, welfare fraud sleuth, told the truth, yeah, he spoke the proof, so they tried to shut him down, but truth don't fold, he stood his ground, he was digging deep, pulling it right, exposing the game in the dead of night. Steve Halicki is a Chad calling out the bad and the freaky. Steve Halicki, we honor your name. 10 years later and we seeing the same. Steve Halicki, we honor your name. Steve Halicki, we honor your name.
This is nothing but a giant cover-up.
In December, Ramsey County charged Deco's owner with fraud.
The daycares that I'm going to be showing you from this point on all bill over $100,000 a month.
$100,000 a month? Kind of makes you wonder how kids learned in the past.
That's a daycare center. You wouldn't know it from this.
He took us to center after center that had no sign outside to indicate it was a daycare. When we knocked on the doors during posted business hours, no one answered.
If you're driving down the street, would you even know this was a daycare center?
Probably not.
Yet each location has a state license to operate,
But there's nobody in there right now.
and is eligible to collect childcare subsidies to serve low-income families.
I mean, that's blacked out up there, so you can't even tell when the lights are on or off.
Exactly.
Why would they do that?
So you can't prove when they're working and when they're not. You could be billing till 11 o'clock at night, but they gone home, 6 hours earlier.
Each of the centers he took us to had their windows mysteriously covered.
Why block them off? What are you afraid of? The truth?
Protect the kids' identities?
Okay, then why don't the legitimate daycares block them off?
Long before Albi Kitchen, long before Quality Learning Center, there was another daycare operating way back in 2009, Salama Childcare Center, also recent immigrant Somali run, also facing fraud allegations. Thankfully, tools like Google Maps gets kind of a visual record, and what that record shows, or used to show. They went to every single year in the history and censored this building. I've never seen a Google Map location so censored. The Pentagon, which protects the entire US military command, doesn't even have this much censorship. It just shows that shady people quickly learn all the tricks, even if they haven't even been in the country long. It's like they had help or something. I wonder who was helping them. This video shows the Salama daycare business that was there right before the Quality Learning Center daycare business. And look, I keep saying business because it's important to call them by their proper names. They are businesses. They're not charities. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It's a business, and it's a profitable business. And at the same time, it's taxpayer funded. They're making good money. I mean, I don't understand how the government could do this, but okay.
Go. Now. Or you get cancelled. You kafir. I call you racist. Salaka makaka. Yeah, bring Mohammed. Yeah, I know he's 18. Just bring him and his older brothers to these. Kafir don't know the difference. Ahmad and Hussein, yes. Omar, Yusuf, yes. Bring them all. Bring my children too. And tell my sister, bring her children. Today. Yes. We'll have to do it all week.
You see that the kids, they're real, they're coming, and they're going. Does that make it legitimate? Nope. Even with some kids coming and going, the owner of Salama Daycare Center, Sheik Ali, Ferdosa's sister, was getting too greedy and too sloppy about all the taxpayer government-assisted programs. Like you humans who can't help yourself with popcorn. She was shoveling down fraudulent claims into her greedy gullet. It finally got so obvious it was impossible to ignore.
Delicious daycare welfare.
This is proven. This is not an allegation. It was proven.
Paul says he spoke with the owner, Fazia Ahmed Alis, who told him DHS descended on the business this morning and started going through files and computers.
Did you notice how the news reporter used a slightly different name? You're going to notice that a lot with these Somali names. It's a recurring theme that shields individuals from scrutiny. Different spellings, different number of names for the same person. When a culture disregards basic identity consistency, it erodes accountability and hinders the development of a decent, civilized society.
Can you tell us your name again one more time?
Ali, A-I.
A-I, last name?
Ibrahim.
Spell?
I-B-R-A-H-I-M.
Okay.
See what he did there? He made it sound like Ali was his first name and Ibrahim was his last name. Some people think Fazia Sheik Ali is the same person as Ferdosa Sheik Ali. They look similar, don't they? That's because they're related. They're sisters. Yes, this is a rather incestuous criminal enterprise, as we'll soon see.
The FBI found records that she was collecting a significant amount of money for a much larger number of children than were actually attending the center. Ali's case had an international component as well. She used a phone app to charge Minnesota taxpayers for her stay at an $800 per night hotel in Nairobi.
$800 a night? $800 is rare even in America, but in a poor country like Kenya, that's like dropping $2,000 a night.
And some of the illegally obtained funds were found to have been transferred overseas, although the FBI declined to specify for what purpose.
That's the Facebook of yet another sister of Fauzia's.
Farrah, I did. Farrah, I did. Farrah, I did. Farrah, I did. Yo.
Oh boy, we'll get to her and others later. I gotta tell you, this sister is my favorite. First, we have to talk about how American dollars are being turned into Somali bullets. It's crazy. This is the most blatant example. A 2009 refugee, now a U.S. citizen, is under investigation for siphoning American welfare while living here to run for president in Jubaland, in Somalia. This is how American welfare becomes Somali warfare. Watch this.
The man who founded and was the executive director of this Gateway Community Services here in Maine, at the same time last year, he was running for president of Jubaland. That's a section of Somalia. His name is Abdullahi Ali, and in an interview with Kenyan media, openly discussed contributing money back to Somalia and paramilitary forces. Abdullahi Ali posted to his own presidential media page this interview. We had it translated. Here's what he said.
When I was away and abroad, the financial contributions I was sending back were being used to support the forces for buying bullets, ammunition, and food.
To add insult to injury, the founder of Gateway Community Services has openly said that he has funneled money into Somali elections in paramilitary groups. And it's just an absolute slap in the face to every Maine taxpayer that these funds that could be used to help Maine people, Maine veterans, Maine senior citizens, Maine families who are struggling are being funneled to Somalia directly.
He was running for president of Jubaland, which is like a small country inside of Somalia, and that he had admitted to funding the militia groups over there. I guess that's part of
Somalia?
In Somalia. That's part of their thing that they do. Every president has a militia that they have to fund in order to run for president.
And so what'd you think about that?
I was horrified.
There is so much corruption in Somalia and grabs for power, but let's get back to Fauzia.
Ali pleaded guilty in March 2018.
She pleaded guilty to theft of public money, but as the case was ongoing at the time, not long after her daycare was raided, Fauzia joined the park board, as you can see in this video, as a calculated PR move. She tried to act like a pillar of the community to hide the fact that she was under federal heat for a massive fraud.
I'm Fauzia Ali. I'm Fauzia Ali. Do solemnly swear, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and I will support the Constitution.
It's a room full of welcoming people, beaming with friendliness and encouragement, treating Fauzia Sheik Ali like an angel, totally unaware of what she was doing. Just like a cuckoo bird hijacking the instincts of others, the cuckoo bird kicks out the rightful eggs and hatchlings, while the parent stays blind to the betrayal. It's parasitical. Fraud is wrong no matter who does it, but it's extra insulting when a guest enters your home, claims they need help, only to backstab you and steal from your children. The parent bird is blind to the monstrous fraud it's feeding, but we have to recognize it for what it is.
And faithfully discharge and faithfully discharge the duties as a park board member.
Can you face and kind of talk up that way? Thank you. I know.
That woman said, I know, out of empathy, to help encourage Fauzia. You know, having empathy for her, believing her humbleness, assuming she has no experience talking to live audiences.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's a privilege that I have been appointed. I told all my friends that City of Minneapolis and Dakota County that I said they said they for me on August 1st, and they wanted to hear that they couldn't be, and they had other things to do, but they just were taking our pictures, and they said this is a big, venture. I'm so excited for the City of Minneapolis.
And we're so happy to have you on the park board and look forward to your input and ideas. Steve is a great guide and staff liaison, and there's so much going on in the parks now. We've got big plans and looking forward to your input on that. So thank you so much and welcome. We look forward to having you.
She sure knows how to say all the right things and look humble in 2016, doesn't she? But here's a clearer look at her from 2014, just 2 years earlier. All her vanity is on display here. Full makeup, nails, jewelry, hair, fancy clothing. This is when she was really ramping up her theft of public money. Welfare money meant for children in need.
Introduction and o
This is who Fawzia Sheik Ali really is. She's definitely no wallflower.
Thank you so much.
She has tons of experience public speaking, standing on stage, self-congratulating each other, constantly giving each other awards. Meanwhile, no real improvement takes place except in their own lives. They give a little bit money to their homeland country for status while wearing fancy clothing, using children as a buttress to their egos, as photo ops, pretending to be generous, all while stealing money meant for children. Who knows where the rest of the money went? Oh, that's right, $800 a night vacations, and who knows what else. Looks like just another PR stunt, just a few women with already colorful hijabs fussing over who got first pick. It's like they're gonna throw down. It's honestly hilarious that 3 out of 6 of these women are culturally appropriating blonde hair, yet they still deny the Western cultural superiority that it comes from. It's a pattern. Money is extracted out of America, legally or not, and fund God knows what. And there's no gratitude, no integration, no allegiance whatsoever to America. So after the Salama Daycare Center was raided in 2015, more tax money was spent, clogging up the courts for years. And then in 2018, finally, she got a short sentence and was ordered to repay some stolen funds.
I never see anything Somalian people they're doing wrong.
I guess she forgot about her sister, Fawzia. So, when Fawzia the felon was convicted, basically a slap on the wrist when you really think about it, do you think her family was mortified, ashamed to show their face at the same location? Of course not. They have no shame. No time was wasted getting a new name on the lease, someone from the community who just happened to be ready to step right back into that lucrative subsidy stream. That's right, the very next year in 2016, what do we see here? A new sign on the building. You could see this 2016 Google Maps screenshot before it was censored. The same location under a brand new name, freshly painted Quality Learning Center. It all happened within a matter of months, of one closing and another one taking its place. This document is really interesting. It's an official government record. Anyone can see this information. You just have to do this. Guess who purchased the property just 3 months after the Salama Daycare raid? Sheik Ali.
This is my lovely sister from Ali. We've been working.
That's right, official government records show that baby sister Sheik Ali purchased the Nicolette Avenue building where Quality Learing Center is for $1.65 million when she was only 25 years old. Why spend a lifetime paying taxes and drowning in student loans like the rest of us when you can just arrive and become a 25-year-old real estate mogul? I guess that's one benefit to having a lot of siblings. You can use them for all kinds of scammy things, as long as they don't have any integrity and they feel entitled to other people's money. This sale went down just a few months after the Salama Daycare was raided. It's all clearly a family affair. Just like Fawzia, her sister, Ali, craves luxury, the pricier the better, all while acting oppressed. Knows how to flip the script, just like Fawzia. Play the race card, pull on our highly sensitive Western heartstrings, then put the hijab on and pretend she's doing some kind of charity work too.
Hey, let's actually build out a concept that we can just test our products and make it community focused.
She doesn't even live there. She lives in Washington, D.C. Now listed as CEO for a business called Bold, one of her very few clients showcased on her website is Albi Kitchen, her sister. But there's no mention of the fact that it's her sister, her family. So much for being authentic. Jet-setting, wealthy resorts, multiple homes to fly between. Most Americans don't live like that. They're just trying to live in peace. There's nothing wrong with luxury or a nice Audi car, but there is something wrong with people like her treated like a goddess while claiming to be oppressed. like a wolf in sheep's clothing, using advocacy as a mask for selfishness. She fans the flames of racial division and celebrates the destruction of others' livelihoods, all while staying safely insulated from the consequences.
This bitch got the nerve. She ain't build this, she didn't lose this, and she sure as hell didn't watch her life's work turn to ash. She's just a privileged elite from a poor country, coming over here to play elite and privileged all over again, while my people are actually out here suffering.
She portrays herself as a champion for the people, yet her reality is a loop of glorifying her own excess. Her feed is a monument to her own vanity. No shame, no humbleness, no self-awareness. She even treats the working class people around her as mere props, background characters in her journey between luxury destinations. The only people who benefit are her and her inner circle, those that stroke her girl boss hero ego. While she's busy obsessed with herself, she's simply rebranding entitlement as the struggle and calling it a win. There's no struggle in the US. The real struggle is over there. But of course she'd rather stay in America, where she can easily virtue signal and pretend to fight imaginary villains and microaggressions than actually help those women. She even goes back to these third world countries just to treat them like a personal VIP lounge, flexing and partying in 5-star bubbles while ignoring everything happening right down the street. She doesn't want to fix the world. She wants to wear its problems as a trendy accessory.
I am from Somalia, but I've been in this country for a long time.
I've been in this country long time. She came over in the 1990s, decades ago, but never bothered to learn English. Yet she knows how to game the system and cry racism and oppression while living a lavish lifestyle.
So, Axios reported that 89% of the Minnesota fraud was committed by Somalians. How do you feel as a fellow Somalian to hear that?
I'm a kitchen. This is a kitchen. I cook food. I serve food. I don't have nothing to do with that.
I represent science.
I represent kitchen. She pretends she knows nothing about daycare, but she owns one just down the street on Nicollet Avenue.
You're not taking all that money because you have employees. So
There's employees. There's food that we have to serve them. We have to serve them lunch, 2 snacks, and dinner. For 60 plus kids, that bill is not small. That bill is not small.
They eat too much. I have to give them cheese, and each one gets a slice of cheese, and it's very expensive. It cuts into my profits. American stupid policies. Too many rules. Give me the money.
Have you had much interactions with the owners of the quality?
I don't remember.
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't remember, but they're neighbors. They can come anytime.
Ferdosa claims she doesn't know the quality Learing Center people, even though they're Somali, even though she's their landlord. She also claims she has nothing to do with their business, but she secured an institutional food service license to serve meals there. That doesn't happen by chance. You don't get that without conversations and direct coordination to set it up.
I don't remember.
Oh, she lying. She clowning on us, a straight up money grubbing scammer. She really out here fronting for the cameras, but just got caught in a bold-faced lie. Even I ain't moved this greasy. You're exposed, girl. Period.
I want you to notice how this interviewer handles her. He asks a very simple, polite question about her feelings, yet she gets defensive anyway. This reveals everything.
You know, when you hear that so many of these fraud stories are specifically coming from both the arrest, the indictments and convictions from the Somali community, yourself as a person that immigrated to this country from Somalia, how does that make you feel?
For me, I don't believe what people say until I see it.
Listen up, everyone. If Ferdosa didn't see it, it did not happen. That must mean Allah does not exist, because you can't see him, and you can't even draw him.
That's one. Two, people make mistake.
Mistake? It was mistake after mistake after mistake. No, boo. It's real convenient how it only trips up when it pads your pockets. Billing 400 times the capacity? 400 times what's even humanly possible? Yo, that's greedy. They just rich Johnny-come-latelys getting even richer. They taking food out our kids' mouths.
You taking food out my baby's mouth. My baby's hungry. My baby needs to eat. My baby's starving.
That's cold. For real.
People make mistakes.
Ferdosa is doing something interesting here. Chase Hughes, a behavior expert, talks about how the worst criminals and even kids will often act exactly the same way to a surprising frequency when asked a very simple question.
I went to Charlotte first. I said, Charlotte, what should I do to the person that spilled this milk on the floor? She said, spankings, no more Xbox, no electronics, can't go outside, can't play with friends, grounded. I'm like, okay, all right. Then I go over to William and I say, William, what should happen to the person that spilled the chocolate milk on the floor? And he goes, no more chocolate milk in the living room. And what's funny is it's funny that kids do this, but adults react the same way to that question.
So if you were talking to an innocent person, the answer you'd get from an innocent person would be they need to go to jail, they need to spend the rest of their life in jail, and you'll hear a far less severe response from people who are feeling any degree of guilt.
People make mistakes. And I don't know if it's that true or if it's that lie, but I never see anything Somalian people they're doing wrong.
She literally said she's never seen any Somalians do anything wrong, but her own sister, Fozia, was convicted of stealing public money. And in the very same breath, if there is any stealing by Somalians, she brushes it off as mistake.
Girl, look at those big ass puppy dog eyes trying to look all cute and innocent. Please. It don't work on me, honey. A playa knows a playa, and we already know the tea here. The truth out now. Nice try, boo, but we ain't falling for it now.
They've been getting away with stuff for so long, their community, that they feel proud and entitled, and they can always use the race card to blame anybody who is investigating them as oppressing them.
But when you heard white lady get shot, what do you think us? We were like, oh no, this is another level.
Look at that smile. Does she look scared? No. The white woman she's referring to was an activist who drove a vehicle at a law enforcement officer while unlawfully fleeing. The officer acted in self-defense under U.S. law. She brings up a completely unrelated case to avoid fraud questions and frame herself as the victim, appealing to highly emotional audiences who are already hostile toward law enforcement.
You don't know them personally, though?
I don't know them, but they're my tenants.
Oh, they are your tenants?
Yes, I own the building.
You might be wondering how the record I showed you still shows her sister Nura, but sales history usually only tracks market transactions. An exchange between sisters, for example, wouldn't show as a new public sale as the owner. So the sales history doesn't update. Typically, the taxpayer reflects the current arrangement. So after her sister Fozia's 2015 Salama daycare raid, Nura took over and paid the taxes as shown here in this 2016 government document. Then this sister, Ferdosa, took over as shown in these recent tax documents.
And how long have they been your tenants?
I came here 2018, since then.
Since then?
Yeah.
Again, Ferdosa is being misleading, saying, oh, I came here in 2018, as if her family wasn't entrenched in this property since 2008.
Have they paid rent and everything's been good?
Yeah, she's I don't know what she's doing in there, but she never bothered me. She's a good person.
She claims she doesn't know what goes on in there, but she knows that the person is good. Why? Because they're Somali?
I never see anything Somalian people they're doing wrong.
Also, who is she talking about? Who owns Quality Learning Center? Reporters don't seem to ask for the name, but according to these records, it shows as Seaman Aiden as authorized agent, just like Ferdosa Sheik Ali is the authorized agent for her own Hooyo daycare.
Ibrahim Ali is a manager here who says his parents own the Quality Learning Center.
Ibrahim Ali says his parents own Quality Learning Center, and that part rings true for two reasons. I've seen a photo of Fardosa's kids, and it's not him. And two, I did notice a private residence linking both Simon and Ibrahim's names. It's not 100%, but it's what I've got, and it's a private residence that's not tied to a business, so that's why I did not share it here. But for Fardosa to act like she doesn't know anything about it is once again very misleading. This innocent cook routine is really embarrassing. She's so confident though. She loves the spotlight. I love tea! Now, I know what you're thinking. Did I forget about my favorite sister? Oh, honey, absolutely not. She's my favorite because she's the only one out of all the sisters in the spotlight who tells the truth. While the others are busy playing hide and seek with the truth, she's over here wearing her heart on her sleeve and broadcasting facts with style. But don't take my word for it. I'll let her explain.
I have 6 sisters. Waxaa ugu weyn Hooyo, waxaa ku xigta Fardoso, Sucaad, my brother Abdifataax, Sahro, anaa ku xigo, Nimco, Nuuro. I left Minneapolis 2013. My sister Hooyo, curada waaye, she's the oldest. She was our ticket to America. I went to America in 1992. I used to live in America. I lived in America for 22 years.
In a single video, Farah cycles through a full spectrum of emotions. Some might label her bipolar. Actually, she's referred to herself like that. I wouldn't, though. I think she's just free-balling with emotion. Yeah, maybe she was sent back to Somalia to be put in a religious rehab and hidden away while her sisters abandoned their roots for the American riches.
I'm worshiping Allah all day. Fardoso, it's a miracle abayo. I changed. I'm happy. I'm not depressed anymore.
She might be saying one thing, but she still wears her heart on her sleeve, and her emotions reveal the truth.
I don't care that I didn't finish university. I don't care that I didn't finish university, okay? I did go to college. I went to Normandale. I went to MCTC. I went to Academy College. I went to school, but I just didn't finish. But I am gonna finish the Quran. This is gonna be my university.
Look, I'm just a puppet. I don't know if someone is bipolar. But should any woman be beaten for not behaving correctly? Either way. But that's exactly what she received in Somalia. In this following excerpt, you'll hear her talk about religious rehabilitation school, how she was beaten with a stick for not behaving properly. And she's a grown woman with at least 3 children of her own.
So, 9:30 dugsiga ku noqonaysa hadaa soo dahdid u shacagaaran ba hasoo daahin 9:30 ilaa 11:30 waa subcis. From 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. waxaa way 10 ka baxaysaa, dareerisna waa ka baxaysaa, 10 kale darabtina ka baxdo waa ka baxaysaa. From 9:30 till 11:30 waxaa waaye subcis, waa la subcinayaa. Haddaa aayad gaftid you better not miss an ayat because Ma'al Ali will you. Anyways.
And her sisters allow this to happen. Her Americanized luxury living sisters allow this to happen. And her mother is there with her in Somalia, letting it happen. This is the mentality. This is the culture we're told to coexist with here in America now. It's very hypocritical to pretend you're all about family, but then you leave your sister basically left to her own devices in your homeland country. In this video, she seems to be by herself, screaming her family's names out.
Hooyo, Fardoso, Sucaad, Sahro, Nimco, Nuuro, Galmudug, Natasha, ku
The more videos of hers that I watched, the more unstable she really does appear to be. Mainly, she's just more emotional and honest, and probably aggressive. She's even honest in branding her YouTube channel Crazy 8 Production. If Fordosa wanted to be more honest about naming Albi Kitchen, maybe she should have called it Kickback Kitchen, or the Me First Menu, or the Watch Your Step Warehouse, where paying customers get the front door but the subsidized kids have to parkour down that giant step in the back alley. Okay, I'll see myself out. Farrah is based. She'll drop a slur without a second thought, yet her ethnocentric bias subsumes everything else, granting a total free pass to her fellow Somali in power. Despite their archaic clan divisions that define their homeland culture, it's almost admirable how she dumps her principles for ethnic loyalty. For her, in-group preference matters way more than being right.
I'm pissed off.
She also uses the N-word and complains about her baby daddy not giving her enough money.
Wahata, you are the president of Kabidahara University, nigga. You're the president, yeah? So I know you get paid.
She posted about her cousin leading the Minneapolis criminals in 2010, and the only pushback comes from a comment that she's violating their code. Her sister Fordosa knows not to violate their code.
I never see anything Somalian people they're doing wrong.
Meanwhile, they trafficked underage girls, not something harmless. But you can't look at them as a whole. No, they're all individuals, right? I mean, everyone has at least one family member who has stolen $1.5 million from welfare for children, and we all have one or two of those family members who's trafficked underage girls, right? Farrah's clips of Somalia prove it's not the war zone people imagine. She's out there trying to film a private dispute like it's a World Star clip, but the men she's antagonizing, who are easily 1,000,000 times poorer than her, just wave her off. Whether she's shielded by her wealth or they've just clocked her as a nuisance who isn't all there, their restraint says it all. Farrah's socials are a treasure trove of almost autistic levels of honesty. So much tea, and I mean honest tea. Like this post that spells out any doubt about sisters' names and facts about their family. She's one of 8 siblings. Yes, 8 siblings. Good luck keeping up with that. Us puppets, we can't even sew that fast. By the way, thanks for repairing my arm. Really appreciate it, Bob Danilo. And the rest of you that stuck around, I know I'm a slow poke. I promise, I'm gonna try to do better. The ego is always there, never any thanks to America, never any thanks to Minnesota, people of Minnesota for helping them. No, none of that, of course. I've gone through all of their profiles, not one American flag, nothing of the sort. See, Farrah is honest. She shows us how they really feel. They think they're legends, and we're just stupid Americans to be gamed. They're getting rich, moving dirty because we're too decent to do what they do. They only care about their ethnic communities. Of course, there are good people in every ethnic community, absolutely. But these people are not them. Big fish back home, entitled to the same status here, zero gratitude. They don't even pretend to love America. A domestic abuse conviction seems to be keeping Farrah in Somalia, yet she remains desperate to return to America for the luxury and lifestyle. She has no respect for its laws or values. She said she lived in America for 22 years, yet there's not one American flag on her Facebook, zero Americana, not one iota of appreciation for America at all. Instead, bed is covered with various inflammatory Somali political stuff. They basically have land disputes, sort of like Israel and Palestine, but with an all-Somali cast. It's relatives brawling over a backyard they both claim. Same DNA, same land, zero logic. She also has lots of images of guns, her posing with guns, other people holding guns, and even this photo. Yeah, that's right. This person was in America. Her sisters are still in America, and they have not made her take down this image. They still visit her. They take flight after flight, which is expensive, to different countries. They go on trips together.
Airport. I'm at the airport. Where am I going? Where am I going? We're going to Nairobi. Where are we at? 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 I don't know. Where are we at? The new 5-star hotel on Albi Kitchen. You believe this Kitchen Ethiopia? Who am I with? Who am I with? Who am I with? Elite Hotel. Elite Hotel la choga.
Obviously, she's not living the life she had in America, but it's still very comfortable.
Rio Cafe a choga. Kilimani. If you know, you know. Kilimani, Nairobi. 9th floor swimming pool.
Who takes a 3-month vacation? Who? A person who posts terrorist pictures on Facebook? That's who? 3 months? I ain't even get 1 day with a pool. 1 day with a beautiful pool like that. Damn.
Floor swimming pool. Kilimani, Nairobi, 9th floor swimming pool.
This is her home. It's a luxurious house, even in this nicer area of the country. Most people do not have all of that space. It's basically a palace.
Home sweet home Kismayo. My mommy house and my house is good again. And just right now, who got a brand new villa in Kismayo? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are going out. Me and my friend.
Notice all the security, the windows, the barbed wire. All the other houses around her do not have that. Also, notice the size of this house and the land and the walls compared to all the other houses around it. This is considered a much nicer area than many other places in this country. Many places literally just have like shanties to live in with metal walls, if even that.
Hooyo, man.
You know how some people can't help themselves, like that scene from the movie Goodfellas?
Did you hear what I said? What's the matter with you? What are you getting excited for? What am I getting excited about? Because you're gonna get us all fucking pinched, that's why. What are you, stupid?
Some people just have to flex, even if it's simply having a bigger dung heap than the third worlder right next to you. But Farah really is privileged, and she can't hide it. She doesn't want to. Just like her sister Fordosa and Fauzia, she loves attention.
Selfies all day, luxury life all the way. Gay USA, only good for the pay. Islam is the bomb.
They really love to record everything, especially Farah. But unfortunately, Farah will record very poor people who don't want to be recorded. They just want to be left alone in peace.
Yo, I left America 10 years ago, okay?
You guys see this? I'm Farah Sheikh Abdullahi.
Meanwhile, she lives a privileged life in Somalia, especially by local standards, then goes home and brags, as you'll see in this next video.
It's a big house. MashaAllah, no need to come out. I can stay in my room. My room has a bathroom. The maid will bring me breakfast, lunch, and dinner to my room, okay? This is like the life people wish they had, the life that I have.
She also does it to these women. There's a certain way about her, as if she's better than everyone else, and that extends even to her own husband.
Nina time out ka qaatayba. I took a time out for men, Somali men. Don't get me wrong, I love my husband, but he's a fob. We call them fob, right? He's a fob. We get along fine, but he's a fob.
Farah Adid has been recording herself for a long time.
Yes, I got it. I finally got it. So we're out here in Indiana, yeah, ala jooga. Indiana, ala jooga, yeah. Abdigaas ala socdo. Abdigaas ala socdo.
Hold up. Am I the only one still stuck in my state? These immigrants out here touring the whole map, and I ain't even hopped the state line yet. And don't even play, you won't catch me dead on no carnival cruise. I see what they do. I'm not about that. That ain't me.
I got your phone. License keys waxaa la dhahay waa your CDL.
This video is from 15 years ago. She's filming a police stop of herself and her cousin in a massive 40-ton 18-wheeler. She was right there in the truck with her cousin, who was behind the wheel without a CDL, commercial driver license. I hate to think of her behind the wheel, but that's a possibility if he was tired. At first, I didn't recognize her. I thought she was a boy. Very young thug energy, laughing, probably because she knows the truth. Police are way too soft on immigrants breaking the law.
That is, look it up. It's canceled daabna lagu yiri baya. Gaarigana laga soo daadijiyay. Kaasan la saaray dad waxaan hayaa telefoonka la siiyay waaya Abdiga. Abdiga la taqaanin ya. Allah waa dhici rabaa. Abdiyo, qaali noqo.
He looks very annoyed that she is recording.
Abdiga waa kana telefoon u baahay. Isaga ku sii telefoonkaaga. Jeewada xaga buuxay. Rabnaa, waaye masdar buunaa rabnaa. Waxaan aqsan yahay. It's okay though. Our officer is really nice. Another nice guy. Hey.
And look.
This is for my family. Yeah. Well, family, people are really nice. Look, he's actually putting our stuff in the back. So please, Somalis in Minnesota, especially the ones in Minneapolis, stop giving. Thank you, officer.
Right,
so nice.
Take you to a hotel.
Hey, we're going to a hotel. We're going to a hotel. Other side. Adio, my cousin. What is wrong with my cousin? I don't know. I am not going to jail. I am not going to jail. No, I'm going to. Hi, that's my food. Bye, trailer. Bye-bye. Yes.
Now she's stuck in Somalia wearing the hijab. That's gotta be a real culture shock. There's also a situation with one of her children, her young son, who's still in America, apart from her, and she seems to hold a grudge against her sisters for not bringing him back to her. Here is one of her most recent videos. She films herself micromanaging uninspired, shall we say, workers, trying to copycat her sister's notorious success. But it's awkward. She's focused on decor rather than actually helping anyone, while they literally tape a fake floor to the ground. Her sisters probably just send money to her to placate her and keep her busy, while they live in luxury in America, ignoring her and the real needs of their homeland.
كويسية production فرح عيديد عايدة هوية معان قرقار foundation. Oh my god, I have an office. Oh my god, look at my knees, brand new. نسيت ولا شفت بروغا نيجا فدي عبيت وكنا أرماشي هاي دلوقتي شقين لها هوية معان قرقار foundation. هوية معان قرقار foundation. You know how much this chair is? Just the chair, $130 for the here, okay? How much is this meat? $370. How much is that macho? $170.
This is their beach. Hundreds sit or stand, indifferent to the trash at their feet. It's a strange juxtaposition, her being nitpicky about furniture against a neglected landscape. It wouldn't take a miracle. They could just pile the garbage away from the water so the children stay safe. Everyone could just do a little bit. It would be an improvement. Instead, she's obsessed with this building, imagining the arrival of important people. It's the Sheik Ali way of performing for the public while being consumed by self-interest. We have to stop feeding the cuckoo bird and feed our own. We need to fix our ghettos. We need to fix America and let them fix their own countries. By letting them in, we drain their country of the very people who should be staying to fix it, all while bringing their unbridled materialism and corruption into our own. They need to go back for the sake of their own future. Every child deserves to inherit a country they actually built, not a neighbor's home treated like a vacation destination. This one was bananas. Crazy. Nuts. Really crazy. Kook. Crazy. It was just this one random immigrant family I looked into, and it's just a terrorizing mess. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? The only thing we could do, the only thing I know I can do, is to mock them mercilessly. It's the only thing we have, apparently. Our politicians aren't doing anything, so good old-fashioned shame. Even if they don't seem to have any, at least all of us can share it and know what they really are.